Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay, Miami Dolphins, they finished 8-9 last year. They were 18th in offense, 15th in passing, 21st in running, and then defense, they were 10th in scoring defense last year. So we're gonna start with you, Avery, on this one. What was your favorite move that the Dolphins made?
You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't feel like they made a ton of splash signings.
Correct.
However, I do really like Kenneth Grant that they signed out of Michigan. I had him really highly rated on my draft board, really highly scouted defensive tackle. Really like that draft pick.
Yeah, I liked it too. Yeah, I think that's a good one. I didn't mind them trading for Minka Fitzpatrick. They got him back. They traded away Ramsey and Jonnu Smith to get him. He's younger than Ramsey. The only problem is he did have a down year last year. So that's a little bit of an iffy call. But like you said, they didn't make any splash. So I'm like, well, they got younger. And then Darren Waller. I put like a flyer. That's a nice flyer.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He was elite like 4 years ago, so we'll see if he can reemerge that. But they really didn't, like you said, Kenneth Grant. I think that was a good pickup, but none of the moves they did, I would call very splashy either. So
Yeah, but if Darren Waller can be your red zone guy, red zone target at what, like 6'7", he's really tall, big guy. Like if he can be your tall red zone threat, then that's a win right there.
that's true. That's a good point. Okay, least favorite move?
Getting rid of all your corners. Like I know you got Minka Fitzpatrick at safety, but
Hmm.
like where did all of your cornerbacks go?
Gone, gone, man.
Every
We
one of
don't.
them.
We got. What's his name? Duck. Oh my goodness, he's been kind Duck.
It's not Duck Hodges, he's the quarterback.
No, no, no. What was his name? They call him. Pretty sure it's. Why can't I think of it? I'm so dumb right now. Storm Duck. Storm Duck. That's right. He's starting for us. That's right. I
It's
hope
a
he's
strong
good.
name.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hope he's good just because his name is kind of cool. But yeah, our corners are going to be our secondary is going to be a little rough, is what it's going to be. But I also put down Jonnu Smith. Did you know that last year he was the fourth best tight end in the league?
In what
Jonnu
category?
in receiving yards. Okay, total receiving yards, including wide receivers. He was 34th in the league out of wide
Wow,
receivers and tight ends.
I did
Uh,
not.
he was 13th in receiving touchdowns with receivers and tight ends. So he was the fourth best tight end last year in the league, and yeah, we're trusting Darren. So I kind of didn't like that. It was kind of like his coming out party, and we found a way to like utilize our tight end really well last year. And then we're like, oh, we don't need him anymore. And it's like, okay, well, that's awesome.
Well, I think
So
the tight end is always referenced as like the safety blanket for a quarterback.
yeah,
And for somebody like Tua who can't read more than one or two in a play,
yeah,
to have your safety blanket gone kind of hurts.
yeah. And it was 88 receptions. I mean, he had a great year last year. So I'm thinking that's why they're hoping Waller can do. I mean, yeah, Waller can duplicate that or be somewhat of that. But it's like he's been, I don't know, that not my favorite move. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, give me your green flag for the Dolphins going into this season.
Speed wins, man. It's tough to have two guys on the outside that'll just absolutely burn you on speed, let alone another guy in the backfield with Waddle, A-Chain, and Tyreek Hill. Like speed wins there.
Yeah, I think their speed. I think another year under their defense. I think the secondary, like I said, is going to be a little bit of an issue. However, I do like the front seven with Chubb and Phillips there. The both of them are going to be healthy now this year, and we got Chop Robinson who was injured last year. He's going to be actually playing this year. So I think like our front seven or front four, I think will be pretty good. Anthony Weaver was a really good defensive coordinator last year. Another year within the system, I think he'll be fine. So I'm kind of putting our defense a little bit of a green. I want to say offense. I love the speed, but the problem is like last year our offense took a big step back, so I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah.
Give me your red flag for the Dolphins going into the season.
I like Mike McDaniel as an offensive coordinator. I do not like him as a head coach. I also don't think that Tua Tagovailoa is an above average NFL starter. So that's probably where my red flag is you're not going to win many close games with a quarterback that you can't trust to go out and win.
Yeah, I mean, I think as Dolphin fans, we love Tua because he's the best quarterback we've had since Marino. But um, he had one really great year. And I think you're right. Like he's going to be as good as the team around him. Last year, the offensive line was like 27th graded in PFF at the end of the season, and they were 18th in the middle of the season, and then Armstead got injured. So the run game, the offensive line, you need that kind of stuff to help Tua thrive. He's that type of quarterback, and I don't think they did enough to have that. I mean, they addressed their offensive line a little bit and stuff, but as of right now, I don't know if they did enough to establish the O line in the run game to take pressure off Tua. If they can take pressure off Tua, he's going to be okay. But like if they don't, I don't know if they'll finish in the postseason this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if Tua is an average NFL quarterback, you need to be elite on the defensive side.
Hmm.
And I just don't see that combination yet.
Right. And so now I'm gonna just be I don't know, like with Mike McDaniels, I kind of want to see him. I think like if they don't make the postseason this year, this will be his last year because they got to blame someone.
Yep.
I don't know if he can't be a head coach or if the quarterback limits what he's able to do
I
because
think it's more the latter.
yeah, only because Tua is as accurate. He's elite accuracy wise, like, but he has trouble off his first read. He's probably below average, and he doesn't have a big arm. So you like if you gave Mike McDaniel's like Justin Herbert or someone like that, like a strong arm quarterback who could fling the ball downfield, maybe he could do more. I don't know, but I think to be fair to you, I don't know if that combination is going to work out. I think he got the best out of two. I don't know if anybody else could do better with him.
Yeah, I mean, you see it all the time around the NFL where a really strong offensive coordinator turns an average quarterback into a really good quarterback. Jared
Yeah.
Goff, Justin Herbert, like these examples are out there. And if he doesn't make the playoffs, or even if they make the playoffs and get eliminated first round, I just think that it's time for him to go somewhere else.
Yeah, yeah. Personally, let me ask you this. If you were a Dolphins fan and you don't make the playoffs this year and you had to choose, who would you move off of, Tua or McDaniels?
It'd be Tua instantly.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I would be the same. Okay. Fantasy football go to?
Jalen Waddle.
Mm, I like that
He
one.
had a down year last year. I think he'll rebound.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good one. I put because you probably won't even have to draft him. If you can grab him and stash him, Waller might be an interest just because of the numbers that Jonnu Smith put up last year. If he can even do like 90%, he's going to be a top 10 tight end. So, like I would draft and stash him. You wouldn't have to pick him very high. He'd be your second tight end, but it's a flyer. It
I
depends how
like it.
deep your league is. Okay. Let's predict the over-under for the Dolphins are 8-5. What do you have for the Dolphins?
I got him going 9-8 this season.
Okay. Okay. I have 8-9. So you have over by a half. I got under by a half.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Ready to move on to the Jets?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.